In a world of hate, Tom Robinson is fighting for his life in the trial versus Macomb County. Will he catch the dub? Find out on this episode of Defending Tom Robinson.
Mayella Violet Yule. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help to God?
I do.
Take a seat. Mayella, tell the jury in your own words what happened on the evening of November 21st of last year. Where were you at dusk on that evening?
On the porch.
Which porch?
The front porch. Ain't but one.
What were you doing on the porch?
Nothing.
Just tell us what happened. You can do that, can't you? Alright, that's enough now. Don't be afraid of anyone here. As long as you tell the truth. All this is strange to you, I know. But you have nothing to be ashamed of and nothing to fear. What are you scared of?
Him.
What was that? Mr. Finch?
Doing him doing like he did done a papa, trying to make me out left-handed.
How old are you?
19 and a half.
Mr. Finch has no idea of scaring you. And if he did, I'm here to stop him. That's one thing I'm sitting here up here for. Now you're a big girl, so you just sit up straight and tell us what happened to you.
Well,
You can
sir,
do that, can't you?
I was on the porch and he came along and see, there's this old shiver in the yard. Papa brought me in and chop up for kindling. Papa told me to do I was off in the woods, but I wasn't feeling strong enough then, so he came by.
Who is he? I'll have to ask you to be more specific, please. The reporter can't put down gestures very well.
That yonder, Robinson.
Then what happened?
I said, come here, boy. And bust off this shiver for me. I got a nickel for you. He could have done it easy enough. He could. So I came in the yard and I went in the house to get him the nickel. And I turned around before I knew it. He was on me, just running behind me. He then got me around the neck, cussing and saying dirt, but I fought and hollered. He had me around the neck. He hit me again and again. He chunked me on the floor and choked me, took advantage of me.
Did you scream? Did you scream and fight back?
Reckon I did. Hollered for all I was worth. Kicked, hollered as loud as I could.
Then what happened?
I don't remember too good, but the next thing I knew, Papa was in the room, standing over me, hollering, who done it? Who done it? And then I started fainting. The next thing I knew, Mr. Tate was pulling me off of the floor, leading me to the water bucket.
You say you fought him off as hard as you could. Fought him tooth and nail.
I positively did.
You are positive that he took full advantage of you.
He done what he was after.
That's all the time being. But you stay there. I expect Big Bad Mr. Finch has some questions to ask you.
State will not prejudice the witness against counsel for the defense. At least not at this time. Atticus, let's get on with these proceedings, and let the record show that the witness has not been sassed. Her views to the contrary. You say you're 19? How many sisters and brothers have you?
7.
You the oldest?
Yes.
How long has your mother been dead?
No long time.
Did you ever go to school?
Reading right good as Poppy over yonder.
How long did you go to school?
2, 3 years, dunno.
Miss Mayella, a 19-year-old girl like yourself must have friends. Who are your friends?
Friends?
Yes. Don't you know anyone near your age, or older, or younger? Boys and girls? Just ordinary friends?
You making fun of me again, Mr. Finch?
Do you love your father, Miss Mayella?
Love him? What you mean?
I mean, is he good to you? Is he easy to get along with?
He does tolerable, except when nothing. I said he does tolerable.
When he's drinking? Does he ever go after you?
How you mean?
When he's riled? Has he ever beaten you?
Mop?
Answer the question, Miss Mayola.
He never touched me.
We've had a good visit, Miss Mayola, and now I guess we'd better get up to the chase. You said you asked Tom Robinson to come chop up what was it?
Chifferobe! A known treasure full of drawers on one side.
Was Tom Robinson well known to you?
What do you mean?
I mean, did you know who he was? Where he lived?
I knowed who he was. He passed the house every day.
Was this the first time you asked him to come inside the fence? Was.
Yes, it was.
Didn't you ever ask him to come inside the fence before?
I did not. I certainly did not.
One did not's enough. You never asked him to do odd jobs for you before?
I might've. There were several
Boys.
around.
Can you remember any other occasions?
No.
Alright. Now to what happened. You said Tom Robinson was behind you in the room when you turned around. That right?
Yes.
You said he got you round the neck cussing and saying dirt. That right?
That's what I said.
You said he caught me and choked me and took advantage of me. Is that right?
That's what I said.
Do you remember him beating you about the face? You seemed sure enough that he choked you. All this time you were fighting back, remember? You kicked and hollered as loud as you could. Do you remember him beating you about the face? It's an easy question, Miss Mayola, so I'll try again. Do you remember him beating you about the face?
No, I don't recollect if he hit me. I mean, yes I do. He hit me. He hit me.
Was your last sentence your answer?
Huh? Yes, he hit me. I just don't remember. It all happened so quick.
Don't you cry, young woman. Let her cry if she wants to judge. We've all got time in the world.
I'll answer any questions you got. Give me up here and mock me, will you? I'll answer any questions you got.
That's fine. There's only a few more. Miss Mayola, not to be tedious, you've testified that the defendant hit you, grabbed you around the neck, choked you, and took advantage of you. I want you to be sure you have the right man. Will you identify the man who raped you?
I will. That's him right yonder.
Tom, stand up. Let Miss Mayola have a good long look at you. Is this the man, Miss Mayola? Is this the man who raped you?
It most certainly is.
How?
I don't know how he done it, but he done it. I said it all happened so fast.
Now, Miss Mayola, you've testified that the defendant choked you and beat you. You didn't say that he sneaked up behind you and knocked you cold, but you turned around and there he was. Do you wish to reconsider any of your testimony?
You want me to say something that didn't happen?
No, ma'am. I want you to say that something did happen.
I told you what happened.
You testified that you turned around and there he was. He choked you then.
Yes.
Then he released your throat and hit you.
I said he did.
He blacked your left eye with his right fist.
I I ducked and it glanced, and that's what it did. I ducked and it glanced off.
You're becoming suddenly clear.
Alright, I've heard enough. Jury, what's your conclusion?
Guilty!
I find Tom Robinson guilty of rape.